Hi, I'm Rebecca Robeson. Welcome back to my channel. I'm coming to you today from sunny San Diego, California. I've been here for 6 weeks now, and during this 6-week period, I've taken on 3 quick turnaround projects. Today, I'm going to reveal to you the second of the 3. Do you always do that without a glove on?
Yes, every time.
Is she making fun of me? Oh my God, that is mold. Turns out that Jen and Robert have become not just clients, but really good friends of mine. In fact, every time I come back to San Diego, they always offer me their guest house. Ooh, ooh, complete with this most spectacular pool. Take a look at it at night. I know, right? And it also has a golf course. I haven't used it yet, but I think I should try. You know, back in the day, I wasn't so bad at pitch and putt. But I decided, I came to them and I said, hey guys, I am coming back out again, but would you be interested in having me do a little refresh on the guest house? Let me just say, one thing I want you to be sure of, this is not a bad guest house. I love staying here. It's very efficient, everything's compact, but it could use some updating, some color, and something that just makes it feel special. So I'm gonna do my magic, and I'm gonna walk you through right now and show you what needs to be addressed. So I could just like do new bedding, maybe paint a wall, add some window treatments. That is definitely an option. And that's the thing. Oftentimes a guest house ends up being treated like, oh, we'll put it out in the guest house. You kind of just get something in there that'll work. And because it's working, you don't take the time or spend the money to go in and refresh it. Well, we're gonna change all that, aren't we? I'd like to paint this wall, not just the inside of it, not just this inside, but the whole thing, including the soffit. Because if I paint just the inside, what's gonna happen is the fact that it's a lighter color on top, this neutral, it's gonna make the ceiling here feel like it dropped. But if I paint the whole thing in a great accent color, it's gonna make that ceiling look higher and much more wow first impression. I think we could add some color and make this feel way more exciting. Imagine being a guest. First off, the fact that the person that you're visiting has a guest house is super luxurious. But then when you walk into your guest house and it's just so well put together and there's some color, I think that would be ideal. These lamps. I have been opposed to these lamps since the first time I ever stayed in this place. They are so glammy, and yet this is so, I don't even know what I'd call this, faux leather with nail heads furniture. And then all the gray. I think the gray is just too gray. Chest of drawers here. Super functional. I always fill these drawers up with my stuff when I come. So it'd be nice to still have a chest of drawers, just not this one. But I do appreciate the fact that this is a high boy because you're taking up vertical space. But take a look at these pieces of art. Do you see this medallion? If you look closely, you're gonna see that the medallion has fallen. It should be in the center. That one's in the center. This one is like down underneath. That's the kind of stuff that happens in people's homes, and you know, we just get so used to looking at our own things that we don't even realize that that's happened, but that definitely happened. This coffee table, it is very rustic. It works fine. I can just keep saying that over and over again, but I don't feel that this little retreat space here is very welcoming. What if I was a guest and there were other guests staying in other places in the house? There would be no place to entertain or have anyone over, and I just think maybe a sectional here would look really good. As for the rug itself, here's the thing. Sometimes in a really small space, I say, you know what, maybe get an area rug that sort of mimics the color of the floor so you don't see the definition. But I feel like this room is it's a good sized room and it lacks design and style. An area rug with some print to it that was large would just create a foundation for this whole retreat area and make it look so much better. Not to mention the fact that it's so thick. I think I once dropped, in fact I know I dropped the backing of an earring in here, and I don't think I ever found it. I need to get one of those like dividing rods or those metal detectors that you use at the beach. It's like, I found it. That's what I'm hoping is gonna happen. I will say I'm very proud of Jen, because after I stayed here the first couple of times, I kept saying, I feel like I'm in a fishbowl at night. I need some privacy. So she did have the roller shades put in, and honestly, it's huge. It's just a great improvement. And I will definitely put panels on either side and make the most of that. Speaking of window treatments, the only window treatments in the room besides the shades are these. And they're actually very functional. They're blackout, and you can completely get privacy, which, as a guest, with that being a major entertainment center out there, I need that. I want that. But I want to replace them with something not as dark and dingy. Now in this space, there's not much to do. I mean, this is all built in. I'm not gonna replace anything. I don't see any way that I can really update this unless I wanted to put in new hardware. I could do that. But this is a very functional space. She has an espresso maker and a regular, well, they're both Nespresso. Huh, she got rid of the Krups machine. That's just like her, changing it up every time I come back. Now this bathroom is very small, but it's all you need. Maybe a little more counter space would have been nice, but we're not going to address that. I think if I just get some new towels, take a look though at the shower tile that Jen selected when this house was built. I think she did a really good job. She took the tile all the way up, creating flow, and she just did it as the back wall, which is a really smart way to be able to spend a little bit more money on an accent wall and then use less expensive things on the side. And I do believe that what she used on the sides is the flooring. So, what do you think? Won't this be a fun project? I can't wait for you to see what it takes to get it done, and of course, how it looks when it's finished. So, right now, it's time to get busy, get some measurements, and go shopping. Michelle has been helping me. I'm working on the guest house today at this point, and we are looking here in Room and Board at a bunch of stuff. Found this sectional sofa that I'd like to put in the little retreat room. So we're picking out coffee tables and end tables, beds, all kinds of stuff here at Room and Board. Super fun. I found this piece of art. It's super cool. It's wrapped right now, but it's made up, it's a scene, but it's made up of Polaroid shots. So I'm here with Dr. Grammons, and we are looking at rugs for the guest house. We really like this traditional rug to go under the bed, we think, and then this bigger one that's it's a Missoni. But the colors connect, and the fact that this is just a really small repeated pattern, and this is that looks great together. Let's do it. Yay. All I have to do is worry about those two things. Look at that. That comes off the wall.
You can actually go a little further. Yeah, you're about 7 inches off.
From left to right, we are golden. I think we need to film this because it shows that a client's actually doing some of the work. You found cobwebs, so you're doing the eaves.
I can't stand it. But now a spider's gonna fall on my head and be done instantly.
Oh, I'm leaving out. So you got stuff for me?
got stuff for you.
We are in major, obviously, process. So why don't you bring this stuff in? One of the things I really want to see is the artwork.
Right.
I'm about to get you, I'm about to shut this down.
So I have an issue. This piece of furniture here is really wide, almost too wide for that wall, and especially wide given the fact that there is a AC register, right?
Thermostat?
A thermostat here and a light switch here. But what I'd like to do, and I just asked Josh and he said we can, it's a light that works the kitchen, doesn't even work this room. So Josh is gonna move this around to the other side and the thermostat to the other side. All we have to do is get a drywall patcher in here and painter within the next 24 hours and we're good. Because we reveal this tomorrow night.
Kids gone mad.
He's got a coat hanger
Nice.
and he pulled it through.
Gone mad.
It has some spackling. We opened it and it's covered in mold. But then I went down to, Hey Jen, I just wanted to say how proud I am of you for having so many great things.
Is she making fun of me?
You haven't
that's
used
pretty
this in 1982. You know what that
I
is?
have 42 other ones.
Oh my God, that is mold. Josh is complaining about my patch job. And he said, oh, let me teach you something. I said, let me get my camera so you can teach everybody. This
Looks
is a
like-
white rag.
Wet rag. So when you have a tiny hole like this and then you put a lot of putty on, so what's going on now is you have all these lines from the putty knife. So when you go to texture the wall, you're gonna have to texture a lot larger of an area. So if you take your washcloth and lightly just take off those big lines, your texture will come back. You see how that's blending, letting the texture show again?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing like freshly pressed pillowcases at the very least. And I personally like freshly pressed top sheets on my bedding as well.
Beautiful.
Do you always do that without a glove on?
Yes, every time.
Oh, there you go, using your mouth again.
Yes, storage.
I bought this artificial, yucca plant maybe? Is that what it's called?
It's called a yucca plant.
And I want to use it in this project. So we're taking dirt out so we can put that in and then fill it with dirt. And look, Rick came to my rescue today. He went and picked up the tree for me. It was so sweet. And he's helping me with these last final finishing touches. Finally, the moment of truth. It is pitch black outside because it's almost 10? Or maybe
Like 9, going on 10, somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, and we have to get these window treatment. We are not leaving here tonight until all of these treatments are up. We've got the rod brackets up, and trust me, that takes a long time. And then we put these in so that I can get the length. And I've been over here pinning these so I can hem them to be just the right length so they don't puddle. They just kiss. I can't wait to see these up. Thanks for staying so late, Josh.
Yeah, no worries.
You know what makes this project really fun for me is this is actually the guest house that I stay in when I come to San Diego. It's owned by Jen and Robert, and they are not only past clients, but they've also become really good friends. Thank you for trusting me again this year to come in and do something special in your home.
Well, thank you for giving us your time.
Well, you're welcome. Just to think how far we've come, that we met in Nordstrom, and then I became your designer, and then you sold that house and moved to this one. I've been able to do it compartmentally, and everybody on board for the idea of every
I'm gonna say
year I
yes.
come back
Something
in
else.
July and August.
He can handle you once a year.
Once a year. It works. All right, I'll
Every
drink to
summer.
that.
Every summer.
All right, let's do
Right?
it. Yes. Okay, here we go. I want to welcome you
Wow.
to your
You
guest
made me a
house.
she shack. It's really pretty.
Do you like it?
Oh my God, look over here, you're gonna die.
Doing your best, trying to be just fine. Your little red pills in your perfect life.
So, Jen, you were not able to be with us that day, but honestly, it was so much fun because we're gonna go rug shopping. Now, in my mind, I think rug shopping, I've got, wonderful new dinner after because it's gonna be hours to do this. So we went in and honestly, we bought these 2 rugs in 9 minutes.
I'm telling you, he's good like that.
Yeah,
It's a man thing.
it was great.
That's really good, no?
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, okay. Upsold. Yeah.
You're sold,
So
upsold.
these are-
So what I did was I found a hero pillow when I started for you.
A hero.
Yes, it's called a hero pillow, and that's sort of what sets the whole direction.
Which one's the hero?
I'll show you.
That's where you get all the colors?
Yeah, once I found this, then I found this awesome blue velvet chair. You can see the color of this, the pillow here with this, and then that led to the blue wall. But I love how we kept this in the neutral kind of a grayish color. Then this beautiful linen sectional. You never had that before. You had just one sofa. Like honestly, I think the architecture and the design of this casitas, is that what they call it? When
Casita,
yeah, is so perfect. What, I've stayed here, as you know, many times. And every time I've thought to myself, I could actually really get along with a lot less space than I have. Because this is so...
You could live right here.
I could live here. Thank you. Did you just
Yes,
offer?
I told you every summer. This is Tulsa,
Okay.
away from Tulsa, home away from
Oh my
Tulsa. We're
gosh,
gonna call
during
it.
the worst months of the year, that would be awesome.
We always let you stay here. The reason is, we hope that you would eventually get sick of looking at it, and you'd want to change how it looked.
Oh,
It worked.
it's worked. I thought I'm just gonna come in here, maybe paint an accent wall, do some bedding, get some new pillows. And then I just sat there and I started visualizing this place, and I was
Laughing.
like,
He doesn't believe you at
I
all,
can't.
by the way.
Like, really? No, really. So here's what happened. I go to this particular store. I'm not going to name the store because they're not getting any free advertising. I'm just saying. But I go in there and I say, hey, I've got this quick project I'm going to do. How fast can you get? If I just happened to have an idea of doing new furniture, which was not the original intent, how quick could you get it? And she said, well, we look at the calculator, the delivery. She goes, if you order it today, you could have it by this date, which was in time. And that was like, ding, 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 ding. So I literally walked through the entire store. I never buy everything at one store. I never do. I'm always buying all kinds of things. All of your furniture pieces are from one store. And I went through, I picked everything out, and then I made an executive decision. I put it all on my credit card with the hope and prayer that when I met with them, this new idea, the new and improved idea, would fly. And it actually did. Thank God. Part of the issue was I wanted to do a very beachy California feel in this room. So I picked out all of the furniture in this finish. It was an oak, which is, come back in again. People your age, my age, we think of oak as oak and brass, right? That store. Ugh. But this light color wood, and I wanted it to have that light. Problem is the floor is tile, and it looks like wood, and it's darker and grayer. So not necessarily the best, but I still thought I could do it. I come over, I make my presentation. Should you choose to accept this assignment? And the one thing Robert said was, I don't like the oak. And I was like, you did. And I said, well, it does come in an espresso, which would look really good with the floor. And he goes, well, if you do it in an espresso, then I'll write the check and we'll do it. And I was like, espresso it is.
To fight a fire when your well is dry.
And then there is one really special piece in here. I just thought of all the clients I've ever known or had, you guys would appreciate that.
Is it like get your ass out?
Exactly. Notice how large your area rugs are. Extra large, bigger than most people would put in. This is a beautiful headboard. Now these fabrics have been treated. I don't think they are perennials, but they're perennials-like. Then, love. Love these
That's
lamps.
your texture. That's your
They're-
organic.
Exactly. And then these have nice, ample drawers inside. They're all solid wood, so they're a good quality. I love the window treatments. I hope you like
They
these.
look really awesome.
You'll notice that on the blue wall that we did spray paint that vent. And it makes it go away. I did get you a bed that had some space underneath because I know you want to have some stuff
I
under
think
there.
the different bed is what changes the whole room. Just
Yes.
the height of it. The room looks bigger.
Yeah. You'll notice something else that's missing. So
Thing in front of the bed.
exactly. So one of the things that I've said before in staying here is that this little house is just so perfectly set up for a person to live here. You know, it's very self-sufficient. So I bought a piece to put at the end of the bed here.
I saw it. Sorry. I walked past. It was just sitting
You saw it?
I know, but it was right there.
The whole deal was she's not supposed to look in here at all whatsoever under any circumstances. It's like Christmas early. Did you peek?
No,
Yes, you did. He's lying.
once.
I love this piece, and this is not the one I originally picked out. So when we switched to espresso, this was now available. So I got this. But here was the problem. When this came in, it was like, oh, I knew the measurement of the wall. But what I didn't take into consideration was
Outlets.
the light switch. We covered up, we took the light switch, and it was a light switch to the kitchen. And we moved it to this side, which I'll show you in a minute. Now this is another piece from the furniture company, the place I got all your furniture. This is not IKEA, this is good stuff. But it matches the finish, and I love this. Now remember, you had a cubby here. As much as I don't think it was attractive, it was a bit of a kind of like, you know, another chunky piece of stuff. It was super functional. And I used to take the bins I would find all around here, and in one of them I'd put all my hair stuff, and another I'd put all my makeup. So I wanted to replicate that same kind of idea here. So down here, I just, as an example, and these are from Target, but this is my way of bringing that light oaky color wood. This isn't oak, but
organic feel.
the organic feel back into the room. So we come into our kitchen. Here, you used to have one of those, what is this?
Espresso.
Yeah,
Oh, the whole the
espresso.
coffee
Yeah.
pot, the
Right?
Keurig holder, yeah.
Yeah, and it's fine, it's very medicinal, but I was able to bring in this light color of wood. I love the fact that you are the most incredible host. You really are. When you have guests,
I stock you up real nice.
you stock us up, but girl, I don't think anybody needs 3 different coffee makers.
Coffee's so important.
It's important, but that you got a kitchen this big and it housed 3 different types of coffee makers.
Because I'm obsessed with coffee, and I've bought so many coffee pots that I have to hide them someplace.
That's what it is.
Let's go dancing in the summer light. I hope you do 'cause I want you.
my obsession.
This has become the,
catch-all.
it's the catch-all. And not anymore.
Everything is right where it's supposed to be.
Go on in.
Oh, it looks
Check it
pretty.
out.
The blue looks pretty. And the bath
I
mat
like
matches
bath
the
mat.
There you
matches
go.
the curtain.
And then over here, I just, I did a thing on the back that has towel, hand towels and
Perfect.
air freshener because it's on the toilet. and a place for Q-tips. I replaced what you had. This just now pulls in with our theme.
I saw them in a garbage can.
Yeah, I thoughtfully disposed of them for you.
Spectacular. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
It's amazing.
That was supposed to be a cheers. And if any of you need any facial, not plastic surgery, but oral,
Little touch up.
just a little touch up, or if you got some wisdom teeth, you're about ready, you want to ditch your wisdom, he's your guy.
He removes wisdom.
He removes wisdom teeth
All
and
day, every day.
all day, every day. You're welcome.
Way too nice for a guest house.
But remember who your
it's a
guests
she
are,
shack. It's a she shack.
right? All right, how was that for a big transformation in just a few days? And I can tell you this, my clients love their new guest house. And you know who loves it more? People who stay in their guest house. That would be me. All right, you guys, I will see you next time for our next great video here on my channel every Thursday at 2 o'clock Central. See you next time. Bye-bye.